So tell us what happened last week.
Oh, that was a phenomenal week. Thank a weekend, a week, whatever it was.
It's a blur, huh?
It it didn't stop after the meeting. I decided to stick around for another a day or two, and decided I have a rest somewhere in between. Well, that never happened, but
So
on
so to set the
yeah,
stage for folks, this was your first family office meeting, correct? And you came to
correct.
this thing like last minute.
Oh,
Uh,
you asked me just the week before, and I thought, yeah, okay, I think I'll do that. And then I scheduled another. I thought I would just spend a Wednesday there at the event and then fly out Wednesday night. Well, it became pretty obvious by the time we got to noon that I needed to stick around and not fly on to Houston. You and I were on the panel together, and then I did my 5-minute pitch in the morning. There was so many people coming out to my booth. We were treating people left, right, and center. We got rid of a migraine for one woman, another person with a headache. One woman came in limping. We put the light on her ankle. 15 minutes later, somebody said, "I want a picture with you." So she got up and walked across to this person, and all of a sudden she says, "My ankle, I got no pain." and and then I treated the other one from or several people from the group. I didn't know anybody there, and one of them, she had really bad knee pain, and in one treatment she was there in the booth for about 20-25 minutes, and she had no more pain right after that. The next day she says, "I could dance." Everything worked out so beautiful. And the next day, when it was all over on Friday morning, I ended up being out early for breakfast, and that group was there. And I said, "Anybody want to try the helmet? I'll get it from upstairs." And so I rolled the helmet over to the patio. There wasn't too many people out there for breakfast, so it was okay. Lots of birds, but anyways, so I ended up treating one person. They got somebody else from the group to do the treatment as well. And later on, I got invited up to a hotel room to further talk about how they want to introduce this into Bahrain. And he had already talked to the Ministry of Health, and they want to implement. They already decided they want to implement this in after doing the research for a few hours on my website and other things. So, I mean, left, right, and center. And then on the last days, Saturday when I flew out, in the first thing in the morning, I wanted to see the sunrise. So I boogied my way out there at 7 o'clock in the morning. And who shows up? But
oh yeah,
he,
yeah, yeah. He's his own
yeah,
family office. Yeah.
yeah, and he's like supercharged. He's also on drugs for pain, so I'm going to be able to help him with his. He got in a severe car accident a year and a
Hmm.
half ago, and I said, "You got to get me some pictures of you treating yourself on the flight on the way back." So he's going to do that with the palm unit, and so Anthony showed up there about 10 minutes after I started. Anthony showed up. Anthony was the guy who caused this event to happen. And how many years is it that he's been doing this?
20, I think 26 years, something like that. 24, 26 years, something like that.
He knows everybody, I think. Like, I mean, he knows a lot of people, right?
Hmm.
And he comes down to the beach, and he comes over, and we start talking. And while they're talking about me wanting, they said, "You got to go to Dubai." They said I was a real hit there with my booth, that a lot of people were like saw results even right there. And they said, "You got to be in Dubai in February." And I says, "Okay, I got to talk my wife into that." Um, and then they started talking more. They just said, like, "This was so good, your presentation and everything." They says, what about if we got you as a keynote speaker there?" So I can't believe it. Greg, I want to thank you for introducing me to Anthony and all the stuff that happened, because you introduced me
So
that
this
night.
was so this was your first family office exposure, and then
Yeah.
you at a key point when you and I talked. You called me. Was it Friday evening, like 8 o'clock, and you're hanging out?
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What did he say? So I
Oh,
don't know if you've done any research into this gentleman, but he's a very, very large family office out of Bahrain. So
he
what
said
did,
he said he loved the helmet. He loved the helmet. He says we got the helmet and the palm units. They are going to give me straight road right into the Ministry of Health and open up this treatment. He was talking maybe we could get some 50 helmets, and that's when I brought you in, um, Greg, onto the conversation. We just started. I mean, I got invited up to his hotel room. Where does that happen? You know,
yeah. And he
with a guy
said,
like that.
and he said what? He
And
said,
he said, well, we could even invest. There was that one,
yeah, he said, we will invest. Those are the words I remember him saying. We will invest.
okay.
It's like, we'll invest through Perm. So that was I think a productive trip for you.
Oh, yeah. No, no kidding. The connections are out of this world.